Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And yesterday I showcased to you the first 4 matches of my Runeterra open run. And we finished that video by us being 6-0. We went 4-0 and we also had 2 buys. Today, we give you the remaining games of this first day of the Runeterra Open, as well as my game on day 2, on the top cut, on the top 64 match that you might not have seen yet, so that you get an idea of how I did in the top cut as well. So that's going to be part 2 to this video, a little bit more competitive content again. So hope you enjoy it. If you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. Like I said yesterday, my lineup ended up being Scouts, Teemo Yuumi, and Nilah Janna. So let's see how this matchup goes here against Nilah Janna, Scouts, and Zed, right? Now, when I was building my lineup, I expected to run into this exact lineup multiple times. So I was already prepared. Like here, I already know that I want to ban the Seraphim set, because this has pretty good matchup against my Elusive and also matchup against Nilah Janna. So I'm always banning this one. And again, I feel comfortable playing against the Janna Nilah. It's not a great matchup, but also not a bad matchup either. So I feel comfortable that I can beat it and kind of go from there. So let's kind of see how this goes right here. So we end up going Teemo versus Nilah Janna to begin with, so Elusives. This matchup is not bad for us, right? We can rush them down and kind of go from there. So let's see how it goes. So we start with the Teemo. We have the skip, but the skip kind of gets a little bit vulnerable if we don't have a Yuumi. The Teemo is so good because if the Teemo hits, the puff caps are going to put a lot of pressure into the opponent. We get the Yuumi as well, which is kind of exactly what we want. So let's kind of go like this. Now, I am going to play Acorn here and just let the opponent decide which one of them they want to kill if they have a Mystic Shot. Because the way that I see it, opponent can kill one of these and then the other one's going to survive and let me actually get this Yuumi value, right? I actually think opponent should kill the Teemo. I have found that the Teemo just obliterates this deck. Opponent ends up saying, no, we're going to kill the Acorn. Sure, I think, again, that's a mistake, right? Because now I get to even put the Yuumi on the Teemo, which means that the Teemo is going to get even bigger and bigger and be able to just kill the opponent's units, right? So we'll go ahead and just drop this down on the Teemo, right? Now the opponent has 6 mana next turn, right? So they could technically have access to... Okay, they have 5 mana. They could technically have access to a way to kill this Teemo, right? So I think I'm just going to open attack and just push the 4. And again, just get those puff caps, because then having 10 puff caps is so good for us. Then having this many puff caps is so good for us. They need to start killing this Teemo now. I guess they have one more turn to do it. They have one more turn to do it. I thought they were going to play the mana. That's why I was ready to pass back, but they ended up going for the draw. So we're just going to go like this. The Heroic Refrain does keep my units, like it kind of ends up being like a blowout. Opponent could still have access to... Oh, I don't know why I paused it. I was pressing spacebar to pass. Opponent could still have this Howling Gale here to kill this team, right? And that's where this Heroic Refrain could potentially come into play. We can kill... Yeah, there you go. That again, the puff caps are going to be really difficult for the opponent to deal with. We'll take 5 damage and just kill their Mariner. So we can go like this. I think I like going for the Sting Officer, but I think maybe I just pass. Maybe I just pass. Because if the opponent kills Teemo, like, I can put the Heroic Refrain on the Teemo, right? Which saves us against the Howling Gale, forcing the opponent to have to use another removal. Wait a second. So now we can just go Sting Officer, because we know that there's no way for them to kill Teemo here. Okay, I forgot about the Nilah. So they could still have a Howling Gale, but they don't. So we just chill. And now with the Sunken Temple, then those puff caps that we put on the deck are really going to start placing a lot of value into the opponent, right? So here we can just open attack, and there you go. They draw another puff cap. We can open attack. We have the Heroic Refrain, which is going to force the opponent to have like double Divine Whirlwind to kill this Teemo. And if they don't kill Teemo and they get more puff caps, then it's gonna be like, alright, well, you're gonna just take way too much damage. Wow. Here we just press OK, because we have the burn, right? So, like, this doesn't even matter. Opponent literally had nothing, I guess. So we just press OK. We have the burn, so we can just finish the game literally this turn with the blowback. There's no reason for us to get greedy and commit that heroic refrain when we can just press OK. We also have the Mystic plus the Pastry Shot, right? Like, we have two ways to technically commit lethal. And the Puff Caps with the Sunken Temple. You know, I like what I'm doing for you guys. And I like that I'm doing this thing where I'm hovering cards. Because, again, I don't like streaming when I'm playing a tournament because I feel like I get distracted when streaming if I am actually going to speak what I'm doing. I guess I could just stream it just silent like I do in the recording and just have the chat off and everything, and I don't have to worry about the chat being a distraction. Yeah, I guess I could do that, right? Because I feel like I get distracted when I speak. But I'm doing this thing where I'm hovering for you guys, for you all to know. Yeah, opponent. I don't know what the opponent's like dragging their feet. Like, this matchup is done. We can skip, right? We know this matchup is done. Yeah, opponent does nothing. Opponent plays Janna. We play blowback. Boom. We win the game, right? We win the game with the blowback. So then we have Scout versus Janna Nilah. And again, I'm not that scared of this matchup. I know a lot of people are scared of playing into Janna Nilah. I'm not that scared into it. The champion strength is how we win this matchup. So I'm going to keep it in my hand, especially because we have both Mariah Warden and Quinn, to be able to get a pretty wide board. And Quinn ends up being really, really good against these Nilah Janna players because she ends up having a lot of health, forcing a Howling Gale. Like, Howling Gale is the only way that you kill Quinn. And now we even have this sculpture to actually protect her against that, right? If the opponent plays Nilah here, I'm okay with that. I end up passing, just saying, okay, well, you didn't play the Nilah. I guess I'm just going to go for Sergeant. I can attack here. I can play Sculpture next turn, eat up the first Mystic, then play my Mariah Warden, yada, yada, yada. I should attack here. If they block this, that's good for us. It's one less blocker that they have for the Champion Strength turn or for the Masia turn. So I think this is a good attack here. Opponent goes for the Aftershock, so that's why they didn't block. Why not play Aftershock first then? I guess they didn't want to beat up. They didn't want to get punished by a form up, so I respect it. I still think I should go for the sculpture. I think I like the sculpture there better. Tidal Invocation, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, right? I'm a little bit annoyed at it because it gives them that blocker. But it's fine. I guess it's fine. You know, we'll let it go. We'll go Quinn. The Quinn only gets beat by... Oh, okay. Wait a second. Is this still Quinn? Or are we going Mariah Warden into Misfortune? If I had a form up, I would go Misfortune. But I like the Quinn because, again, he's still forcing out quite a bit of answers from the opponent. Oh, wow. That's such a blowout. Even if you have... Okay, yeah. That Sunken Temple ends up being such a blowout. Because we can actually keep this Scat alive by putting the other unit, right? We just go like this. We get a full Scat attack with everything being buffed up. We know that the opponent has no answer to... Yeah, and then we also kill the Nilah. Like, this is crazy, right? Like, opponent must have, like, a really breaky hand for them to play a Sunken Temple like that against us. Like, that's actually so crazy. That's actually so crazy. I kind of like the Sculpture here. We can go Sculpture, and literally Mariah Warden. And still have enough mana for next turn to do Champion Strength. Yeah, we go Sculpture. We can also just go Misfortune here. Yeah, opponent's going to play the first Mystic here. Think I like the second Sculpture. We go, yeah, go second Sculpture, go Mariah Warden, go for the Masia, and that wins us the game. No reason to even play Champion Strength. Yeah, there's the Howling Gale, sure. Because the opponent just used up 2 removals, right? Unfortunately, we had the Sand Soldier, but I mean, we still get pretty good value. So, because the opponent ended up with a second blocker, I actually think I like the Jenny here. Especially with the form up now. I think it's Jenny. she's so big right now with the with the sculpture. It lets me pull one of their blockers away and get a free attack, and we also still have the scout with her. So we just go like this. Yeah, we just go like this, right? We just pull. We top deck that form up, which again keeps us very safe. The reason that I end up pulling the 3-1 is because if the opponent has a Howling Gale, they can kill Jenny anyways. Okay. And then I actually... Okay, so I was trying to do the... I just realized that I have lethal, right? So I think I just realized that I have lethal, so I end up changing my mind. I should have definitely pulled the 2 health unit, right? I should have definitely pulled the 2 health unit. But the opponent still doesn't have enough blockers. I mean, the 2 power unit. Opponent still doesn't have enough blockers. So we can just go form up and blow them out. And that's the game. They have the Divine Whirlwind anyway, so they will always have the Divine Whirlwind to punish us. So they always have the Divine Whirlwind to punish us. Opponent gets a little bit salty here and doesn't press OK for a while. And then there we go. I think they actually emoted us. Right? I think they actually emoted us before this went through. I forgot. I think I remember them emoting us here. But maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But yeah, so we end up winning the first match. Pretty straightforward, very quick match here. I think one of the quickest matches that we had in the Runeterra Open. And we end up going 7-0. So at this point, I'm like, I just need at least one win. Like, if I at least go 8-3, I can at least start to get into tiebreakers. Obviously, if we get 9 wins, we're chilling, right? So we're 7-0, and here we go to the Nets match. So we go to the Nets match, little bit of a Q timer, and we go against a matchup that we kind of been going against over the past 2 days. Shen Jarvan, Formidables, and then Teemo Yuumi, right? It seems like, again, and it seems like Formidables became such a popular deck, right? So right away, I already know I'm going to ban this deck. I'm going to ban this deck. I do not want to see this deck. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So we're going to ban that. We know that we have the good matchup against the Shen Jarvan, right? With our Janna Nilah. But the opponent actually chose to ban Janna Nilah, which is surprising to me considering they had a good matchup with the Formidables. But I guess they expected us to ban the Formidables. We're also going against Elder Senior. He's a previous seasonal winner. Previous seasonal winner. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good matchup, right? So we end up losing our Janna Nilah, so you're going to see that. We go against Elusive against Shen Jarvan. And technically this matchup should be good for us. But I'm a little bit scared, right? About the opponent getting like... Hey, wait, Double Acorn is kind of nutty. Double Acorn is kind of nutty, huh? Unfortunately, we don't have any spells. We hit the bird. We hit the bird. We don't have any spells. If we hit the Kel Maidens... Oh, I think we play the Kel Maidens instead. Yeah, because we don't have any spells, I don't think the Acorn is going to get us enough value. We push more damage just throwing down the Scalp Maidens. So I think we go like this, and we attack with both. If the opponent wants to give us one of their units here, that's cool with us. I like Yuumi. I like Yuumi. Just get this Kill Maidens as big as possible. Here's the question, do we block this? What if we block it? What if we block it so that we don't deal with the Badgerbird blocker anymore? I ended up taking the block there, and in my head, I'm like, okay, I don't want to deal with this Badgerbird blocker. So I think he actually ends up being correct. We can have Teemo. I mean, we can have Yuumi here, and maybe the Yuumi was better. Start going our Teemo. I end up taking the Acorn, and this is going to give the information to the opponent that I actually have no spells in my hand, because it's going to discount the prank. So the opponent now knows that I have no other spells. The Yuumi would have been better, because it would have actually made my team of 4 HP, which would have let us beat the Formidable here. And we end up sniping that. We end up sniping the crap out of that. Okay, but the opponent had the Screeching Dragon, so it wouldn't have mattered. Opponent had the Screeching Dragon, so it wouldn't have mattered. We're just going to attack their Spirit's Refuge. I was thinking if the former was better, but I'm fine taking the Spear's Refuge out of the equation. I think we want to play Yuumi into Skip, right? Sorry, I think we play Skip and then play the Yuumi on the Skip. I'm still concerned about the single combat, but the Skip can potentially get there. We got to see the same two things. Yeah, let's take the form up. The Spear's Refuge costs so much. What that tells me, by the way, is that there's a good chance that the opponent has champions in their hands. Just because the Prank and the Skip didn't hit any of that, right? I think I'm down to just honestly develop. Like, if the opponent does have champions, okay, we get punished a little bit by the Badger Bear. So we get punished by the Badger Bear. We took away their form up. So opponent will have to have a second form up to actually kill the Skip. Ends up not killing the Skip or trying to go. So that's two champions. Opponent has two champions in their hand, right? It's probably Shen and Jarvan, right? So we get to push the damage. We still have enough elusives that I think I'm in a good spot here. We can pop the Badger Bear with the Divine Whirlwind. So we can pop the Badger Bear with the Divine Whirlwind. Opponent gets the challenge, gets to kill a lot of our elusives. We should just go for this Divine Whirlwind. Yeah, so they had the Jarvan. I need to set up like a nice open attack. Why take this 4 damage? Just Divine Whirlwind. You don't want... No. Okay. Whew. Whew. Yeah, just Divine Whirlwind the elusive blocker, right? Play out your 2 elusives. I think we play out our 2 elusives. I don't think we go for the Yuumi anymore. Because he gets punished too hard by a single combat. We still lose to the single combat anyways because of that Spear's Refuge. But if we just go elusive. I guess I ended up going for the Yuumi. Wow, okay, yeah. I guess I decided what I just talked about, right? I said that if the opponent has the single combat, they're always winning anyways, right? Because they can put the lifesteal plus single combat. Yeah, so okay, yeah. I think that makes sense actually. The Yuumi gives us exactly 5. Okay. Thank Sirturmund from the past that they didn't get baited into double elusive. Although, you know, the augmented Clockly will probably find us the burn anyways. But still, I think I like the fact that we went for the Yuumi. Because if the opponent has a single combat, they can heal anyways with the Spear's Refuge. So we win the first matchup, and now we have scouts into Shen Jarvan. An unfavorable matchup for us. Let's see if we can win it like we won it earlier, right? Let's see if we can actually get the win on this one like we have been able to get it before. Okay, it's gonna be spicy. Okay, alright. We got a crazy hand. We mulligan everything, and we even have form up. This is such a crazy hand. And down to... I guess, yeah, let's go Browin. This is such a crazy hand. This is actually nuts. Ooh. We shouldn't attack here, right? We definitely shouldn't attack. Not like this. I guess it's fine. I guess we're a more board heavy sentry deck. But I guess taking out that unit now might actually be okay for us. Taking out that unit right now might actually be okay for us, right? Because I think that could be very annoying. Here we can go Fleet Feather and Misfortune next turn. Or we can go Fleet Feather now and then Misfortune. And I still have access to the form-up. That was scary. That was scary, right? Even if the opponent has Shen here, we can kill the Shen with the form-up if we want to. A single combat gets punished by the form-up. So this is a good attack here, right? The fact that we had a Fleet Feather ends up being so good for us. Okay, opponent ends up just going like this. So I guess we'll go like this and just sacrifice a Fleet Feather tracker. Kill both their units, keep them... Like, I guess it ends up working out, right? Opponent ends up... This is 4 units. We have killed 4 units from the opponent. So even though we traded units, we still have a hand that can just refill the whole board. We definitely have a hand that can refill the whole board. So I'm down to play that form up. Let's go here first, see if we find that second misfortune. We don't get it. I'm down to play the form-up. Force the opponent to have their own form-up. If they attack like this, that means that they have access to like a single combat. That makes sense? Yeah, that makes sense. And they just didn't want to have the misfortune stay alive. Because if they let the misfortune stay alive, that would have been a problem. Let's just go Quinn, right? I like the scout attack with the Quinn over the navigator. You want a single combat right now. You showed us that you had it in your hand. So you want a single combat right now. I'll press OK here because we have the challenger to punish that. Opponent could have a barrier, I guess. That's why I went like this, because if they have the Spirit's Refuge, yeah, if they have the Spirit's Refuge, they can save that. We can kill that with the second challenger. And I think we're still in a decent spot, right? An opponent ends up not trading the Broadwind. The opponent ended up getting so many units, right? This is the unit number 6 on the field right now. We kill 5 and they have a Broadwind. Like, we are fine having units, right? Like, we are supposed to be the ones that have all these units. If we save the Queen, I like saving the Queen because Queen is about to level up. So I like saving this Queen because Queen is about to level up. So we can go Navigator into Misfortune and have the Queen level up to pull the opponent's units away. And I think that ends up being so good for us. I like it. Just drop it. Just go wide. Just go wide. We have the form up. We even have Ekko now. I like it. 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 I was trying to think if it was better to open attack there before the opponent committed another unit. The Cataclysm will have been the punish. That's a unit, right? That is a unit, but it's not enough to kill us. We just go like this. And again, the Queen leveling up means that we're such a good advantage. The Queen leveling up puts us at such a good advantage. We could also just put this form up on the Acorn, and that's going to push a lot of damage too. Opponent gets to save their units. Who dares defy my will? Has a spell. What's the spell? What is your spell? The open attack could have been better. Opponent had a single combat, so they get to kill the Queen anyways. Let's if we get rid of their, is there any way for us to, like, I don't care. So I like putting the form up on the navigator. If we push 2 with the Acorn, the opponent goes to 7. And then we push another 3, which takes into 4, plus the 1 damage from Misfortune takes into 5. If I put the form up on the Protector, by the way, it would have gone down to 1 HP, and opponent wouldn't have had any good blockers, and we would have been able to attack with Misfortune here. We could have actually attacked with Misfortune here. Yeah, that would have been better, right? That would have been so much better. Because now I'm in a position where it's like, well, if I attack with Misfortune, I lose to Misfortune, right? I like the form up of the Navigator that died to the Sacred Protector. Because then the opponent would have a block here for Misfortune, and we could have attacked with Misfortune and push an additional 3 damage. And the opponent would have been at 2 HP. It ends up being fine, I guess, whatever. We set the form up to potentially level up this Misfortune. I don't think opponent's killing us next turn, because opponent only has Shen. Opponent ended up getting so many units in their hand, right? They had the Jarvan, they had the Protector, they had like 6 of the units that they lost so far. So unfortunately for the opponent, they kind of had like a unit-heavy hand, which is not enough to really win in this game. Because here we can just like take this, right? Like we can just take this damage and be okay. We can just take this damage and be okay. And now what we can actually do is that we can actually just win with Elusives. Like, we can just put this form up on the Acorn. Attack for 3, plus the Misfortune, it deals 4. And then that means that the opponent has to kill Misfortune and Acorn to win the game here. So they need to kill both Misfortune and Acorn, because either one of these is pushing 3 damage, whether it is the Misfortune ability or whether it's the Acorn with the 3 damage. So that Acorn high roll ended up winning us the game, I guess, to be fair. But I think I could have definitely played that a little bit cleaner last time to still put the position, putting a position the ruler. So we end up beating Elder Senior, and we end up going 8-0 so far. Remember, the first 2 were buys, so technically 6-0 on matches. So let's see how the last match goes for us to see if we can qualify. And I guess honestly, I already spoiled it in the thumbnail. So you all know that I go 9-0. But let's see how this last matchup goes, right? So the last match, we go against Infinite Patrons, amazing player, an amazing deck builder, and once again, Formidables. Formidables once again. It's what I said when I showed the Formidable video earlier this week. It ended up being the deck that just came out of nowhere to just dominate the Runeterra Open. And unfortunately, we had to ban it again. But again, we have this matchup against Janna and Nilah. Feel very confident. And we're going against an elusive deck. So Infinite Patrons, let's see how these go. So Infinite ends up banning our Nilah Janna. So they don't want to play against Nilah Janna. I want to go Scouts first and just see how this matchup goes and see if I can get that favorable matchup with Scouts into Nilah Janna. So we get Scouts into Nilah Janna. We got the Champion Strength, we got Misfortune, we had a Quinn, we had Inspiring Light. It's a good hand. It's a good hand, but not good enough, right? We don't have enough units. So I think I end up kicking my spells out, and I think that's the correct play. We do have ways to kind of build a lot of different units. So yeah, so I like this hand better. I think it puts a lot more pressure. We can go ahead and attack with the Shell Shocker for 2. The 2 damage does matter. We can go Marite Warden. Then we can just play Misfortune on curve if we need to. Especially now. I think I like the Misfortune now. So I like the Misfortune now because the way that the opponent stops Misfortune is double Mystic Shot. So the opponent has to have double Mystic Shot, or they could have Slipstream into Divine Whirlwind. And now we got a Chain Bass, and that Chain Bass is literally the Chain Bass of champions. I forgot about Aftershock, but the Chain Bass is literally the Chain Bass of champions. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. That's crazy. I'm not attacking with Misfortune here because I want the opponent to have that extra spell to actually kill this Misfortune. We can go Surgeon and literally go for the Masia Netson if the opponent has no other units. Yeah, like if the opponent has nothing else, I go for the Masia. If they find the removal here, then we just develop Quinn. That Chain Bass into Aftershock. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If the opponent, like, okay, yeah, there we go. So now that gives rid of our champion strat, unfortunately, right? So that, well, for Demacia, sorry. So I think I like the Surgeon. Could also be Quinn. I think Quinn is probably better. Yeah, so just kill Misfortune. I know you have it. I like the Quinn here. Just so that we can start working on the Quinn level up. Right? Oh, why Surgeon? I got rewarded. But it had to always be Quinn. It had to always be Quinn there, by the way, because the Quinn is a lot harder for the opponent to remove. But we end up going for this, and we end up getting the value. I think we attack with everything, honestly. Let the opponent have a Mystic Shot for later if they want to. I guess I didn't need to attack with the Saga Seeker, right? Opponents never blocking with their Nilah. Yeah, maybe attacking with the Saga Seeker was a mistake, but I mean, we end up pushing the damage. I think I always attack with Misfortune there, right? I think I forced the opponent to find the Mystic Shot of the second Divine Draft. I just, whatever they have, if they have it, they have it. So, do I have enough to push this last set of damage? I think I needed to keep the Saga Seeker. Oh, because, yeah, the Saga Seeker was going to be an extra unit, right? The Saga Seeker was going to be an extra unit that we needed. We continue not playing for our Scout. For our Quinn. Why am I'm playing this matchup so weird. I'm playing this matchup so weirdly. Why am I playing it this way? I actually think that Infinite... I can't remember if he won or lost this one, but like... I can't remember if I won or lost this one. I mean, opponent's at 6 HP, so we can still get there. We can still get there. We can still go wide. We can go... I think I like the Quinn here, because we can use the Valor to pull the pool shark. Right? If we go Quinn here, the Valor goes at 2 HP. And we can pull the pool shark. The Quinn is at 6, so it's harder for the opponent to kill the Quinn. We can get rid of the pool shark. Attack with Quinn. Opponent can kill this Valor right now, I guess. Yeah, so we can attack with Quinn, pull the pool shark, and then attack everywhere else. And the opponent should have a way to stop this? I mean, but that temple is so scary. Ooh. Yeah. Pull the pool shark. Thank you. So we pull the pool shark. Opponent got left with 1 card. 1 card. That's a great reason to play Janna. Because by playing Janna, you get a blocker for the Quinn. We still sits wide. You get to survive, but you have to sacrifice everything? You live at 1? You live at 1. Why not? Yeah, you live at 1. Yeah, we pulled the Nilah so that the opponent doesn't have a good blocker. They live at 1. Gets 2 cards next turn. We have Champion Strength. We have to just Champion Strength. Oh, wait, they get 3 cards because the Janna updraft. Alright. We got another unit. I forgot about the Janna updraft. So we get another unit at least. So if we just go Fleet Feather into Champion Strength, that should be enough. Should be enough. Maybe? Copium? There's no way that they have enough removal to deal with this. And they will lose their blocker. Like, they will have to use their whole hand. They will have to use their whole hand to survive this. They have 2 blockers. Even if they have 2 removal here, they will still have to use both units. And then we just go... Yeah, even if they have... Okay, yeah, I think this is game no matter what, right? Even if they have the 2 removals, like let's say they have Divine Draft and Whirlwind, they still have to block both... They still have to block everywhere. And then we just go Jenny Netson and we get there. Alright. Yeah, we got there. Oh my goodness. That was actually scary. And I think part of that is because we didn't develop that Quinn much earlier than we... Like, we should have probably developed her a lot earlier than we did. We ended up getting the second Misfortune with the Surgeon. But it should have definitely been better, right? It should have been better for us than what we did. Here we just go Navigator into Champion Strength. Since we have exact mana to do it. And the opponent should have our answer here. So, yeah. So we get game 1, right? So now we're 1 game away from the 9-0. And we still have to go against this matchup again. And then the elusive matchup, right? So we have our elusive. They have their Janna Nilah. This matchup usually can be good for us. Especially if we get that Teemo. I don't know. I don't know if we have it. I don't know if we have it. We don't have a 1-drop and we have attack token on 1. We still don't have a 1-drop. We get the skip. Skipping to Yuumi though is pretty nice. Skipping to Yuumi is not bad. Right? We skip Yuumi. And should be okay. Oh, just skip. Just skip. Just skip. Opponent gets the Mystic. Has double Mystic, unfortunately for us. Surely they don't have triple Mystic, right? Surely they have not triple Mystic. It's so easy for them to get rid of the skip, by the way. Yeah, it's not that difficult for them to find an answer for the skip. They top deck the Nilah. They top deck the Nilah, huh? And you can see my frustration here. They top deck the Nilah. Because otherwise they would have to have a 3rd Mystic shot. They would have had to have the third Mystic shot if they didn't top that Nilah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Just wasn't meant to be for us. Ah, that hurts, that hurts. So we can go Sting Officer, Sting Officer. If I'm the opponent, I'm putting the Mystic here. I can't believe that. How lucky you are. Because they wanted to play this Janna this turn. That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes we get lucky, sometimes they get lucky. So they send the Mystic back. I think we just put it, right? I think if the opponent has Divine Whirlwind, they have Divine Whirlwind, right? Because they can have Divine Whirlwind into Gale and kill both units. If they have it, they have it. Like, this is so crazy from them. Yeah, I'm still not over that. I'm still not over that. You can see me hovering it, right? You can see me hovering. Like, I'm not over this. This is so annoying. Top deck the second Nilah to be able to actually go for that Formless Blade into Mystic Shot to kill the Skip. That's unfortunate. You have the Howling Gale? You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it right now. Yeah, they have the Howling Gale. They have the Howling Gale as well. Alright. And they have the Howling Gale for 2 mana, right? So they could have actually just gone Howling Gale and Gacha and being able to actually kill. I guess they were trying to play around us having they were trying to play around us having the Heroic Refrain. This is so unfortunate. And the Janna is about to level up too, right? We have no elusives. Imagine if we still had that skip, guys. Not that a skip was ever gonna survive, right? I think a skip was gonna just die later. But at least we could have pushed more damage into the opponent, right? We could have pushed that what, it was 4 damage that we have there. We have at least bought us some time. Now this is the most merciful Yuumi that you ever seen in your life. Yeah, the opponent gets the elusive. Oh, this matchup sucks right now. The opponent got everything. Double Nilah, Janna. The only thing they're missing is Sunken Temple to make this crazy enough. The only thing they're missing is Sunken Temple to make this crazy enough. Wow. Yeah, I was already ready to surrender. I was ready to, like, I was like, alright, you know, you got it. You got it, Infinite. You got it. I got no elusives. You kill everything in my board. You got it. So, okay. Third game. Again, if we win this, we are 9-0 and we qualify to day 2. If we lose this, it's gonna be a little bit scary here. So, because then that means we still, I mean, if we lose, we're still 8-1, so we can still try to win one of our next 2 matches. But again, we know that we win here. Unfortunately, you know, I spoiled it for you guys. So yeah, so you have to keep this bird, right? You have to keep this bird because you wanna keep both these units so that you have one of them to hit. Yeah, I think I go for the bird here and just push this 2 damage. Because the opponent's probably not going to have a blocker. I'm definitely attack here. Because I don't want that Party Pourer to get big, right? Seeing Party Pourer is good for us. Because Party Pourer means not as much of the other stuff. Right? Yeah, we go Teemo here. I'm gonna throw the Pie Toss. Just so that the Yuumi doesn't go into the Party Pourer right away. Let's force out the answer. And next turn, I think I make a weird play. I think I remember, right? I think I go for the pastry one more time. I think I should have just gone Kel Maidens and gone for the Acorn. I should have just pushed this elusive damage, right? So I end up going like this and give the opponent the chance to play whatever now. So I guess the opponent ended up having a blocker, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, the opponent ended up having that elusive blocker. Doesn't matter. So maybe it was the right play. Maybe slowing down. Actually, it was probably the right play. I think slowing down their aggression ends up working out for us better, because we're able to just stop them from being able to kill us too quickly. this equipment destruction is good. Yeah, they had the Yuumi. Okay, yeah, they had the Yuumi, right? So I think it was worth it. I think it was worth it. Just so that the opponent cannot race us down quicker. Although, granted, if we have played the units, we could have also pushed a lot more damage, right? Opponent gets a Teemo as well. That's unfortunate. We can open attack here and have the heroic refrain. And I think I like the heroic refrain and just push a ton of damage. Do I want to kill that Teemo? I think we actually go ahead and kill the Teemo because it's another elusive blocker for next turn. So I think we go like this, kill the Teemo, and just push 5. If I went the other way, the opponent would have been at 8, but then they would have had the Teemo to still do whatever they want to with. We can also, because I'm not scared of losing to the... Because I'm not scared of losing... Okay, they'll go for the Shersey, so they still get to keep their Teemo while also killing my Prankster. The benefit here is that we can go here for the Auto Adventurer, and I actually think we picked the Explorer's Blunder. That way the opponent has one less blocker for next turn, and we just attack with all our elusives, right? Because they transferred this Yuumi over, it means that the Pariporo is less of a threat, and opponent also doesn't have access here to Battle Fury. Yeah, so I'm gonna just go like this. That's risky, right? Because opponent knows that I have like... that I picked something, right? We should go skip here. We should go skip and just take the last card from them. Yeah, we just take this damage. We can skip. Actually, let's skip next turn. Let's skip next turn because the opponent's going to have 2 cards, right? So by skipping next turn, we get to see both cards and know what to play around. I like that. I like that. So we skip here. None of this really matter. I guess we'll pick the inner beast so that the opponent cannot go for the ram stance. And we know that we can just win this turn by doing the plunder. And we can just also draw, right? Yeah, I'm counting out right here, right? So this is 3, 4, 6, 7. We go here. That takes us up to 9. And then the blowback gets us there. We Flores blunder this. Yep. We attack, and then we have 2 ways to kill the opponent. And that's it. That's how we get there, right? We were able to just waste the other elusive deck and be able to just find the win condition and find the burn. And that's what I like about this Teemo Yuumi version compared to like the Frelia version, is that we have the reach, right? We have the reach with our burn that this deck doesn't have, right? Their deck doesn't have access to that reach, right? So we'll just go like this and kind of see what happens. And there we go. We pop off. We pop off. This was our 9-0 run. 9-0 run. We make it to day 2. Again, second time in a row that we make it to day 2. Last time was 9-1. This time was 9-0. Feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very nice about my lineup. I feel like I didn't really... Like, I lost some games, but it wasn't like I didn't really lose any matches. So I'm feeling very good here about how this lineup runs. And then we go to top 64. And on top 64, we go against the matchup that we do not want to go against. Formidables, Teemo Yuumi, and Seraphine Set. Now, we replay the same lineup, right? The problem in this matchup is that both of these decks are very bad for us. This deck does well against Janna, Nilah, and Elusives, and this deck does very well into Janna, Nilah, and Scouts. Now, looking at the opponent's board, I'm thinking they're gonna ban the Scouts. I'm thinking they always ban the Scouts. So since the Set Seraphine has good matchup into my other 2 decks, I want to go ahead and actually just ban their formidable, their Sarah Set, because he can kill both of these. We have a good matchup with Elusives into formidable, so that ends up being the strategy that I go for, right? So here, again, I'm expecting to ban my Scouts. So because I'm expecting to ban the Scouts, that means that I don't have any matchup that's favorable into this. So I just always ban this one. So I banned the Seraphim set. They banned the Scouts, and here we go, right? I want to start with Elusives, because the Elusives has such a good matchup against Formidables that I'm like, okay, I need to win this matchup against the Formidables. I don't want the opponent to queue up Formidables, and us start with Janna and Nilah, and then get punished, right? So we go for it. Opponent ends up queuing the Teemo Janna instead. So, yikes, right? And let's see how this matchup goes. We have the 1-drop. We have the Mystic. I should have probably kept the Mystic looking back at this, because we know that the opponent has a lot of elusive units as well, right? So we know that the opponent has a lot of elusive units. So I think keeping the Mystic is correct. We can throw out the Acorn here, knowing that the opponent cannot actually attack into this Acorn. We have to go Bird, right? We have to go double Bird here. Oh, yeah, just double Bird and get one of your elusives to be really big. No! That's so bad. We just lost out on so much damage. We greeted out on the flash bombs, and we just lost out on so much damage because the birds are each 2 damage units, right? So we could have gone bird, and threatened 5 damage, and if the opponent wants to steal to the form up, they steal to the form up. Oh, what a misplay. What a misplay. I guess we go Sting Officer into bird now. These birds feel so bad now because I just misplay there. Imagine if I had like a big elusive this time. If I had a big elusive this time, opponent would have been a much worse spot. I guess opponent would have just played Miriam. Like opponent would have just played Miriam last turn instead of playing the form up. Sure. Now I also run the risk of the bird hitting my other bird. We can go skip, take a peek at their hand. We get the clock line. Opponent gets the clock wind there. I'm too scared of form up again. I think I'm getting my head too much. This is so tragic. Honestly, this top 64, I feel like I didn't play it correctly. Like, look at this. Why take this attack? If I'm not willing to attack with the skip, I should have developed the Kel Maidens. What am I doing, guys? What are we doing? Why didn't we develop the Kel Maidens? I guess I get more power with her here. What are we doing? We get the flash bombs. What are we doing?
You need humbling.
Honestly, just Mystic that Teemo. Yeah, there you go. The problem here is that I'm out of value, right? I'm so out of value. You don't play the Kel Maidens, you have a shine. Guys, what am I doing? We have the chime. We have the chime. This could have been a 4 power unit. This could have been a 4 power unit. Yeah, this is cringe. I mean, okay, my hand is horrible, right? My hand is so bad, unfortunately for us. My hand ended up being really, really bad. But I also didn't play this correctly. I have so much draw in my deck. Opponent gets to kill the skip finally. We didn't get the Yuumi. Which would have been so good. I think, yeah, no, I think I misplayed this. I think there's a couple of things I could have done differently. We ended with burn, but not the draw. How long can we stall out? We can pop the Clockling with the Divine Whirlwind and push 2 damage. We have the Mystic, push another 2 damage. Opponent goes down to 9. So the opponent goes down to 9. The opponent easily has a removal. This is rough. This is so rough. This is so rough. This is so rough. I play this matchup so bad. Oh, look, I mean, opponent ended up having so many elusives, and again, I didn't get the Yuumi, unfortunately. And they had the removal. Another Divine Whirlwind. Another Divine Whirlwind. Should have probably done the Divine Whirlwind beforehand. Never give up, right? Never give up. Okay, opponent had a form up. Yeah, opponent had a form up, but if we did the Divine Whirlwind ahead of time, it would have forced the opponent's removal and we could push 1 damage here. I hate watching this game because I feel like I just misplaced so badly. Oh, it had another blocker. Do you have another removal as well? Okay, so even if we went after the, yeah, even if we went against the yeah, it would have been the same. I guess it would have been the same no matter what. This feels so bad. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, opponent has everything that they need now. We could have pushed a lot more damage earlier. I played too scared around the form up. Around the second form up. Like, we have to just develop the even okay, so that turn where we didn't attack with skip, we should have just developed the Kill Maidens and attack with the Kill Maidens. Like, that extra damage would have actually mattered. That extra damage would have mattered. So much. This hurts me. This hurts me because I think I could have won this matchup with my Nilah Janna. Yeah, let's finish it. So we get champion strength, we get the blocking. Actually, okay, so we champion strength, we killed the acorn. This one hurts. This one hurts. I think honestly, it's crazy because this is what I feel like. I feel like I'm a good player, but some days I'm like the greatest player in the world, and other days I'm the biggest Pepega in the world, right? And last game, on Saturday, I was the biggest player in the world, right? Like I went 9-0. I had everything I needed. I was just chilling. I was vibing. Just go for the Teemo. I think you go for the Teemo here. Yeah, we skipped and got Teemo anyways. The world was telling me the same thing. When it gets another clock lid. Yeah, we have, yeah, if the opponent gets a champion strength, they have the champion strength, right? But today, like on Sunday, I'm a Pepega. Like, I think okay, this matchup was still very difficult because of all the elusives. But I think we definitely had the answer to be able to get there, right? I think we definitely had the answer to get there. So, this is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. We definitely had the way to just win. Yeah, I think it's the second champion strength, right? Okay, no, yeah. Like, at this point, we know that we know that we're not doing anything to beat that. The opponent's at 9 HP. We're at 3. So let's not waste any time. The misplay happened a couple turns earlier, right? So we lose that matchup, and now we know that we have to deal with this very unfavorable matchup later on. But first, I want to at least get my mood back up. So let me go with the favorable matchup and go with these elusives into the... let's go with these elusives into the formidables. It's a really good matchup for us. So let's see how it goes. So we go for it. We mulligan. I think we should mulligan the Sting Officer. Like, we should mulligan one of these two. We want to get a 1-drop. We don't get a 1-drop again. But at least we get the Kelp Maidens. I feel like any time that I'm looking for a 1-drop here sucks, right? But at least we have the Yuumi. Okay, we hit the 1-drop. So we get to play Acorn into Kelp Maidens. Because I don't think the Sting Officer is going to matter as much. But I'm thinking that if I play the Sting Officer, it's actually better. So if the opponent plays Broadwind, right? I can play Sting Officer. And what the Sting Officer does is that I can put the Yuumi on the Sting Officer. And the Sting Officer is going to be out of range of that Broadwind. So the opponent has to have like a 1-drop as well as like another health buff. Heck, we even smacked that. We even smacked the Broadwind now. Okay, the opponent has the Darkened Spear. I have to pass, right? Because I'm thinking if the opponent has a 1-drop, they can kill the thing that I put the Yuumi on anyways. Yeah, so I think we just pass here. Yeah, you pass, Sirturmund, you pass, and then you put the Yuumi on whichever one the opponent didn't pull. So the opponent has a good hand, right? The opponent has a good hand. Or, like, the opponent had a pretty good start here to be able to actually try to win this matchup. We go ahead and put the Yuumi on the Acorn, and then we can go Kelp Maidens and Teemo and have a pretty good attack here. Like, just push a lot of damage. Maybe we play around the... Oh, no, it had to be Kelp Maidens. I think it had to be Kelp Maidens. I guess I was trying to play around the single combat. That's why I wanted to have the Heroic Refrain open. Ooh, I like the Kelp Maidens there. Especially because we have blowback, so we needed to have that... We needed to have that discard fodder for the blowback. Yeah, yikes. Like, if the opponent has like the single combat, they kill the unit that has the Yuumi, the Acorn, but we're still in a good spot. But it's okay. We end up with a bunch of burn. So the burn helps us out, because now we can just finish the game by putting the Yuumi somewhere else and going for the Heroic Refrain and then the burn. Yikes. But this is so this is closer than it needed to be. I'm too scared. That's what I noticed. In this match, in the first game and in the second game, and you're gonna see it as well in the third game, I just played way too scared. I'm playing not to lose instead of playing to win. And that's not the way that you want to play, especially in a top 64 like this. So... Yikes. That's a nice Omen Hawk, huh? That's a nice Omen Hawk. Yikes. Now, the opponent tapped out a Champion Strength. So that's not bad for us. Yeah, the opponent tapped out a Champion Strength, so that's not bad for us. Maybe we should have Mystic that Omen Hawk last turn, because Mystic shot in the Omen Hawk last turn would have allowed me to... Yeah, it had to be the Mystic shot that Omen Hawk last turn. Because it would have allowed this Teemo to go through and actually push more damage than what a Mystic shot does to the face. So another slight misplay on my end, where I could have just gone for it. But I didn't for whatever reason. I hate watching this. I hate watching this match because I knew that I lost because I played too slappy. I knew that I lost in the top 64 because I played too slappy. And even in this game, which we're about to win, I still played too slappy, right? So I played too slappy in the first game. We should have definitely been able to win that game, in my opinion. We played too slappy in the second game. And we end up just winning because we have the blowback and the Mystic, right? So the opponent ends up having nothing, like doesn't have a single combat. But if the opponent has a single combat here, they could have just killed us. And that's what makes me sad, that I should have definitely made it through. But honestly, if I'm being completely honest, the way that I'm playing, I wouldn't have made it farther than top. Like, if I didn't lose here, I would have lost the next round. Because I'm just not playing cleanly, right? So for whatever reason, today was one of those days where I just didn't play cleanly. And we got rewarded here because we're elusives. But we shouldn't have gotten it. We shouldn't have gotten that. We should not have gotten this. Like, this should have been straight up a loss as well. But we make it to game 3, and I'm still nervous, especially with an unfavorable matchup. And this one, I actually want to... I haven't looked at it myself. I really want to get your thoughts on how this last game went. Because I do think I could have won this one as well, but I played slappy and didn't play correctly. So I think we mulligan everything here, right? I think we want to see more of our units, and we want to see our Janna, we want to see our Sunken Temple, right? I think we have to mulligan everything, right? We have the Aftershock. My thought here, if I play Nilah here on turn 2 and opponent has Broadwind, they just, like, this is the first thing. I need to just play Nilah here. I'm thinking I want to Aftershock the Broadwind, but I'm just giving the opponent the pass and I'm not putting any pressure. There's no reason for me not to play Nilah here. Because if the opponent has the Broadwind, they still need to play another unit next turn to give the Broadwind that, like, all it does is that I don't get to attack, right? I don't get to attack. So, it ends up being fine, though, but I also make another misplay here. I don't need to play this Nilah. I don't need to play this Nilah. And now that I committed to playing Nilah, I definitely should not be playing this Janna. So I'm playing too slappy where my inexperience with this deck kind of shows. So I attack with the Nilah, fine. We get access to our slipstreams on our deck. I see this Howling Gale and I'm like, I was okay playing the Pool Shark. Like, I was like, look at this. I throw away my Nilah. I throw away my Janna. I literally throw away my Janna into the freaking thing. So I throw away my Janna into the freaking Gentleman's Duel. I throw away my Janna into the Gentleman's Duel, which is gonna be a problem. So now we lose the Janna. We don't have the Sunken Temple. And then here what we do. We try to kill this this guy before he gets buffed up by the region. But then I get punished by the Sky Splitter, right? And unfortunately for us, the Howling Gale only goes up to 4. Imagine if we had the Janna, right? Imagine if we had the Janna here. We would have been able to get the discount and be able to actually punish that Hound. So I committed a Mystic Shot early on because what we needed to do, right? So what we needed to do here is not commit the Mystic Shot and just play the Mariner. Opponent goes to 5. Opponent will have gone to 4 HP, right? Opponent will have gone to 4 HP, right? If we just play the Mariner, we play the Mariner, right? We can literally go let the opponent attack into us if they want to, because they think that they have that region. Like, maybe opponent does the same thing and doesn't attack. But like, I should have definitely not played a Mystic Shot on that Hound, knowing that I could just get punished by the Sky Splitter. Because now we lose the Mystic Shot, and opponent still has the region on that unit, and we cannot kill it because this only deals 4. So I'm like hoping that the opponent makes a misplay and attacks into us, and they don't, right? They don't make the misplay, they pass the turn, and we're sad. Because now we have this big 4 health unit there, that's going to be a problem. Now here, I shoot Slipstream and Big Crash, right? I think with Slipstream and Big Crash, see what we get from the Slipstream? Like, this looks so good for us if we played it correctly. Like, the first couple of turns we played it so bad, and somehow it's still looking good because opponent has a pretty bad hand. Like, we should have definitely been able to win this game. And like, again, I don't know why every time I end up playing like a Pepega whenever I make it to like the top 64, right? Like, I end up just playing like a big Pepega. So I opt to go for the draw. I can throw this Big Crash down. I can also just throw the Howling Gale. So here's 2 options here. I have this Mystic Shot. That's a fleeting. I need to just go for the Howling Gale on the Hound, right? Again, the region is going to be too much of a problem. If I go Howling Gale into the Hound, even if the opponent has a second Sky Splitter, we can follow up with that Mystic Shot and then just kill that Hound. But for some reason, I just go like this, and then here I get baited into like just choosing to play this Mystic Shot just because it's fleeting, and end up like not doing the correct play. So it's like, what am I doing? Like, this is so bad to watch. This is so bad to watch. I'm scared of the Galley on turn 7, right? I'm scared of the Galley on turn 7. I'm counting if the opponent can get the rally. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. And we're not done yet. Watch what I do. Watch what I end up doing, which is even worse. I attack with everything. There's no reason for me to attack with Nilah or Pulsar. I don't need that slipstream. I already have a slipstream with Big Crash. There's no reason for me to attack with this Nilah, because I'm just giving them the free block here. And this losing this blocker means that I also lose a unit that I need to block the opponent's aggression. So like, oh, opponent has full mana. Opponent has full mana. So 2 big misplays this turn. And this is the turn where I think that we literally just lost the game. Because again, instead of Big Crash, we could have gone Howling Gale into the Hound. And even if the opponent has a Sky Splitter, we can follow up with Mystic Shot, and that would be 7 health into the Hound. If the opponent has like a Galio spell, then yeah, they can save the Hound. But we're still in a decent position. So like, I don't know what I'm doing. Heck, we didn't even need to play Howling Gale first. We could just attack with our 2 quick attack units and see what the opponent does. So here I tap out of mana. And now this becomes like a free strike for the opponent. I'm so bad. So they just go for the single combat here. Because we just tapped out of mana. Because again, I got greedy about this Mystic Shot being fleeting. So now at this point, I just completely threw the game. And in my head, I'm like, okay, well, the only way that I win now is just to burn the opponent out, right? And I got punished. I ended up getting double the slipstream as well. So I ended up getting even a mega punish here. I'm like, okay, well, I just need to burn the opponent out, right? So how do we burn them out? It's going to have to be just drawing our stuff. We have to just draw our burn, right? So I'm just going to go for the second slipstream. This Nilah is good because he pushes 2 damage. I think... Ay. This is so bad. This is so bad. This is making me cringe. I fell so far behind because of what I did that last turn. I could have won this matchup. Like, so easily. Because the opponent's hand looks to be pretty bad. They had a bunch of strikes, to be fair. But we, like, gave them everything that they needed to just get there. So at this point, I'm like, okay, well, I know that I have to just go for it. Like, I have to just try to burn them out. I have the Divine Whirlwind. I have the Nilah. That's going to be 4 damage, right? So this is 4 damage already. We get a bunch of draw next turn. This is 4 damage. Granted, I mean, we have used 1 Mystic already. And if the opponent has Champion Strength, it is what it is. I guess I'm scared of the Champion Strength, so I end up playing the Cloudwinder. No, if they have Champion Strength, I'm not losing this turn. I have to just go for the Nilah. Like, again, I know the misplay, right? If the opponent has like the value there, they just get to win. I'm trying to see if there's a way for me to like push this Nilah damage, right? Like, I'm trying to like push this Nilah damage, and I don't think it's gonna get us there. Opponent still has enough mana for champions, sir. Like, opponent's hand was so bad early game. And we still let them get the perfect early game, even when their hand was so awkward. Now, a little bit annoying here that we don't have, like, our stuff. We should just attack with everything, right? So I think here we should have just attacked with everything. Like, if we attack with the quick attack unit, opponent will have to like block into it, which will allow me to go for the Janna spell, as well as the thing, right? So that even this turn we could have still won, because if we attack with everything, we would have been able to go like if we attack with the quick attack. So like, let's quickly go back here, right? So like when I play the Cloudwinder, right? If I attack here with both the Cloudwinder and the Nilah, opponent develops a unit, right? So opponent has to block, right? Because this is gonna be opponent has to block both Nilah and this, right? The Nilah is pushing 2 damage to everything, which means that the only blockers the opponent has are gonna be the Galio and the Hound to block both my units. And we have either the Storm and Divine Whirlwind to follow up. There's no reason for me to play this heavy metal because it just gives them the action back for them to go for champion strength, right? So again, another misplay because I just tunnel vision too hard. So they didn't get to do that. We don't get the additional attack with the Cloudwinder. And yeah, now what? Like we can attack with the Nilah, get that 2 damage, and we block, and then we're like at the mercy of actually drawing the cards. We could have actually pushed damage. We are at the mercy of having to draw like a ton of burn. Like opponent would not have been able to have the attack that they're having right now if I played this correctly. Like they would have had to block. We would have gotten the same value that we got from heavy metal by attacking with the Cloudwinder. Additionally, opponent could have actually lost that Hound because the Hound had 7 HP. So the Nilah dealing 2 brings it to 5, and the Eye of the Storm brings it down to we had brought it down to 0. So we literally had the perfect way to even win this turn, even after throwing so much, and we threw it again away. I think at this point I'm just like, I'm upset that I'm throwing, I'm upset that I'm playing bad, I'm playing so messy, but like the game gave us all the outs that we needed, and we didn't take a single one of those outs, right? Like the game gave us every single out that we needed, and we didn't take a single one. And now these Janna spells end up being deck cards in our hand, because guess what? We don't have a unit. So we literally relying on potentially drawing Mystic, Divine Whirlwind. Like if we don't draw exactly those 3 cards, we just lose the game. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what I was thinking that day. Like, I honestly just threw away my potential chances for Worlds by playing this bad. And maybe I'm being hard on myself, but like, it wasn't just one turn that I misplayed. Like, this is multiple turns in this game where I misplayed. Multiple turns on game 1 against Farley Fangirl that I misplayed. Like, throughout this whole match, I just played like crap. And yeah, yeah, I didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve it, and that's how our run ends, right? After the 9-0, we just end up throwing the game. We finally get the temple a little bit better late than sorry. The temple wouldn't have helped. I mean, the temple would have helped us because it would have excused our misplay. But like, oh my goodness, I just can't believe how bad I played that. But yeah, that ends our run. My inexperience of playing against Formidable ends up showing up, right? So my inexperience of going against Formidable ends up showing up here. We kept banning it every single time. This is the first game that we have against Formidables. I guess second game because we had the Elusive game, and I played around too much. Right? So like, that's sad, but I just need to be better. I just need to be better if I actually want to win some of these tournaments and actually make it to Worlds. So hope you all still enjoyed these games nonetheless and enjoyed our run. If you did, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post RuneterraAR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.